Hi everyone, welcome to the Knacklers workshop. As you've seen from the titles, we're going to have an update on the EMCO Star. I'll run the titles and then we'll have a look at what I've been up to since the last time I showed you it. Well, here she is. I can't actually, to be honest. I should have prepared a bit more, but I can't remember where we got to last time. But having said that, I think what I've got now is a fully functioning machine. So just on the work stand, that's all done. Super pleased with that. The only thing that I messed up, I think the last time we spoke, I was going to put this base on the bottom, and what I did was I put it on the wrong side. I took it all apart and fitted it inside the legs, where it would have been better to put them on the base and stand on top. That would have given me an extra sort of inch of space, because I'm limited on what I can put under there. So at some time when I feel like it, I may tweak that around just to give me that extra inch. But I've taken this thing apart so many times, yeah, I thought I'd rather start using it than get involved with taking it apart. So I can't remember whether we had the door. So the door, let's see if we can just, so all it is a simple sliding affair. Okay. Let me put you on the stand, and then I'll show you that. Okay, so just pretty simple. All it does is just slides in and out. It works really well actually. Nothing too exciting. And then I've just, everything's really just thrown in there, so there's no real logic to everything at the moment. So my main goal was to get the thing running, but what I've got is, I've now got somewhere where it's fairly stable. I've got somewhere in amongst all the junk, there's a pot of 𝗪𝗥𝐻. If you've not seen that, that helps control the temperature. I'll put a link to the video where I talk about that. But a lot of these parts now need to be restored. But we've definitely got, what we've got is a working machine. And it's been fine, the small amount that I've done. Down in the bottom, so these two, can we see them? Yeah, these two. I've just got some more spares, and then I've got like cutting tools, so spare bandsaw blades, jigsaw blades, the fret saw blade, so that's all good. Basically, there are two spanners, and pretty much you can do everything with these. Now what I plan to do is, let me just pick you up again. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, because I've learnt quite a bit about this, setting it all up, and some of it, although you can read the manual, it's not that easy, and I work better at just looking at pictures or videos really. So over this 2004, I'll make a few videos where I show how to set some of the stuff up, because it is, well, maybe it's just me, you know, I'm obviously witnessed quite a lot of summers, and therefore sometimes things take a little while to sort of sink in, but if I make a video I can show you. Now what I will do, and a lot of the, oh, let's come back, when I took all the cover off here, this and all the pulleys and all that, it was spent quite a bit of time cleaning it all out, so it made it work better. And there were some challenges I found with that, so I think I'll show you, do a few videos on that. But I don't want to disturb this machine because it's all good. So we're over in my graveyard, the workshop graveyard. I've got another one, so we can mess around with that, and I can show you whatever things I think are of value. Yes, so far on using it, because I've tried, the only things I haven't tried is the actual wood turning, but everything else seems to work okay. In reality, I think the bit that was slightly disappointing was the jigsaw. Now, I think my view is it's probably more of a gimmick than any real value, because it it just doesn't seem to be much use to me. Maybe just my limited knowledge on carpentry, I don't know. And it takes a while to set it up, so it's for the effort, it's not that good. So as I said, a lot of these things down in this cupboard need to be, the restoration needs to continue, and I'll just do that from time to time. One of the things, let me just find it, and I'll show you one of the things I am keen to do. So back in a minute. Hello guys, so here we are. These are the I think they're called spindle moulding, or I don't know what that. Spindle moulding cutters. I think that's it. So basically what we've got is a round bit that screws onto the main spindle of the motor, and then you've got blades which fit into, you've got two blades which you adjust, and the blades have different shapes on. So if you look at that one, so when you run your wood past it, you're going to cut that shape. That's just going to be square. Now EMCO Star, or EMCO, there may be 20 different shapes really available, and these are the only two I have. You can, obviously you only need one of these, and you undo the screws and swap the blade tape and set it up. So obviously I mean I've got two, because I've got a couple of machines here. But what I'd like to do is, you can still buy these blades for other machines, but I'm not aware of where you can buy them for the EMCO Star. So I would like to try and have a go at getting a modern cutters, and seeing if I can make one of these to hold them. Now looking at this, it's basically just a turned circle. It's got this is aluminium, and it's got a steel insert which screws onto the, let's go over here, show you, onto the main spindle there. So obviously that's a known thread, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's quite a coarse thread. So we would need to turn the right diameter, a couple of slots in here. We need to have a way of, I don't think I could produce it exactly like this, but I could put the grooves in, so that allows us, once it's loosened, to push the cutter out. So we can do that, that's easy enough with the mill. These are the securing screws, so or bolts, so nut and bolt. So I'm sure we could eke out a bit there, or just have it totally threaded in, and the slot there. So again, the door Ŵythsbury could do all that. So I don't think it's beyond me. This is a steel insert, so as we saw, we've now got a press, so we should be able, whether that 3-ton one will get it in there, but if not, I've got a friend who's got a far bigger one which I can use. So this will be out of everything. I don't really want to modify anything else, but this I think would make it quite a cool little tool. I think so anyway. and this will be one that I would quite like to do, and I don't think it's too challenging. I mean, I'm not gonna, oh yeah, and that, so you also need another hole there, and a matching one there, so that lets you put effectively like a Tommy bar in to unscrew it from the spindle. That's interesting, just made me think you need, there's a spindle lock, and that's why I wanted to do some videos on how things work. If I pull this down, the spindle lock is sort of accessed through there, so it's a bit of a performance to do it. So well, no, it's not really, but if you don't know where it is, you can come. I started dreaming up all sorts of ideas which you don't need, so I've got a bit of experience on that, so we can show you that. So and you need the spindle lock to be able to change the blade on the table saw. Well, you need it pretty much on everything, so that would probably be quite a good one to start off with on the little series of configuring this thing. But yeah, back to these. I think this will be quite nice. I've got it in my mind that'd be good. Whether what I have no idea of what I would ever use this moulding for, but it's, you know, we're only playing in here, and it'll just be a bit of fun to see if we can do it, really. So yeah, so that's one for the future. Yeah, and that's about it, really. So there's a 60-second Sunday. I've got a bit of sanding action on it, and from time to time I'll put a few more of those up. I've got a little idea of making some, go around the back, some sort of cleat to wrap the wires around, so I was going to do that. I put a link to, if you remember, I've got brushes all different colours, so we've got green here, we've got white here, there's some blue ones somewhere, and there's red ones. I'll put a link to that so you know what I'm going on about. So basically this brush is just for wood, and I'm not going to start contaminating it between different machines, so I don't want to get sawdust on any of my other machines. So one brush for one job. So the only oh yeah, the other thing is, if you lock all, because it's freestanding, if you lock all the rollers, this thing is pretty secure when you give it. I'm giving it a bit of a push here, so it is quite good. And obviously you can lock it against the place it against a wall, which gives you more stability. So yeah, super pleased with it now. I've got a working machine, and it's just a matter of tinkering away with the various attachments over the coming year. Alright, so that's about it, as I said. So as always, stay happy, strong and healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.